Hi, Lore.
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. How are you, Chris?
Fine. And you?
How is everything there? The same?
Yes, it's a sunny day.
Yes, I can see that it's really sunny. Here it's really, really cold. Yesterday, since Saturday, Sunday, I was like a little bit cold. So here it's really, really cold. There are many people that are like with cold, they have like throat sore. Yeah, so I think that we have to take care a lot. No more. Yeah. Okay, Greece. So now we have to continue with the book. Let's see where we were. We were on okay. Is this is in the book? Oh yes. We had to finish unit 3, right? So let's continue with this. I remember that we did infinitives of purpose and we did the participial adjectives, right? So now we will see modals of necessity. So I will share you my screen. Necessity. Okay. So we have these models of necessity. Ouch. Open here. Yes. These models of necessity. So when we talk about necessity or obligation, we're talking about strong, really strong things. Okay, really strong things. So what do we have to know here? We have to know what is an obligation. Well, a strong obligation and a necessity, but it is not so strong. When we talk about necessity, we are talking about these 3 auxiliaries: must, have got to, and have to. These 3 ones. Okay, so and the first one that we have, it is must. We're going to say that this is really strong. It has like 100% of strongness. Let's see in this definition and the examples. When we talk about modals of necessity, we know that the meaning of must means debes. So when we talk about this must, we're talking about a strong obligation. So this is the strongest between have to and have got to. This is the strongest and the most serious modal verb. of the three ones. So in these three ones, this is the most strongest. So how can we describe this? I can say like this: I must study tonight. This is really strong because we can imagine that if we doesn't study, so it's gonna be like I will fail the career, okay, the subject or something else, okay? But now when we talk about, for example, I must study tonight, it's really, really strong. How can we make sentences with this auxiliary? We have these two words. With must, we can make affirmative sentences or we can make negative sentences. But we can't make questions. So we don't have questions with must. So subject, must, verb in base form, and the complement. Negatives, subject, must not, verb in base form, and the complement. In some cases, we can have the contraction of must not. So we can have like mustn't. The pronunciation is gonna be like really rare. Mustn't, okay, mustn't. And we can use these ones. Now, we don't have questions because when we express something really strong, we never ask for questions, okay? One obligation that you could have, for example, in your country, Chris, what obligation do you have as a human rights, for example, in your country?
Mm, mm, um, I don't know. Mm, you must
Yeah,
kill, matar,
kill.
kill.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you must kill.
You must not
You
kill.
must not.
You must not kill.
Okay. Okay, that is a negative obligation. And a positive, what you must do.
Mm, the mm, children must study.
Yeah,
Mm, people must access to education.
yeah, must have access.
Must have access to education.
Yeah, okay. Okay, what is? One more.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, um, um, men must Mm, mm, eh, do em, em, ejercicio militar,
Yeah, military service.
military service.
Oh, okay, so it's necessary there. All men has to do it.
Yes.
And what about women?
No es obligatory.
Ah, okay, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, really nice. Perfect. So this is an obligation, something that if you don't do it, you have like really a strong, for example, punishments with laws or with I don't know, with some norms that you have in the country, okay? So really strong. The second one, it is have got to. This have got to, it is really, it's really informal, but it's a common one, but informal in the speech. So this have got to, it's kind of in structures, it's the same as must. We can use it in affirmatives and negatives, but we can't use it in questions. Okay, so it is not used in questions. We could say that it's a little bit similar to must, but must is 100% of strong, and have got to, it's like 70%, for example. Okay, not so strong. So I can say, I have got to study tonight. It is going to be the same or similar to I must study tonight. Okay, so I have affirmatives and negatives. No questions. So here in affirmatives, depends on the subject, I can use have or has. Depends on the subject. Okay, have or has. If we have like plurals or first subjects, we can use have. But if we have third person, we can use has. He, she, it, for example. Always we use with got to. Got to. The verb in base form and the complement. So what is the meaning of have got to? Tener que. Okay, tener que. The negative of have got to. We could use haven't or hasn't got to. First person and plurals, and third person. The verb in base form and the complement. So this is like a 70% of something strong. So what can you say, or how can you say, for example, in your words, Chris, something, for example, not necessary in your country, but it could be necessary in your house, for example, or in your work, in your job. So something like that. Those rules, you don't have like extreme punishment. Okay. So what can you say?
Um, I have got to send a report all days in my job.
Yeah.
Mm, I have to I have to alimentar,
Feed.
feed
Mhm.
my pets every day.
Yeah.
Mm,
I have got to, right?
I have got to
Uh-huh.
um, I have got to mm, I have got to travel to Cuenca every week because of my job.
Yeah. Something negative?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't go to cook every day in my house. But um, when I go when I travel to Cuenca, I have go to cook every day myself.
Yeah.
And I I haven't go to uh, mm, go to go to the gym. It's possible
Yeah.
when I am in Cuenca.
Ah, okay, okay. Nice. Okay, perfect, please. Now, the last one that we have, it is have to. This have to, it's the same meaning as have got to, because it means tener que. But what is the difference? This is not so strong than must, than have got to. This means, or this is like a 50%, yeah, 50% of something strong. And this is the most common used in speaking, okay? Because with this have to, we know that the meaning of have is tener que, have to. And we have the three options in order to make questions with this. So we can use, or we can make affirmative sentences, negative sentences, questions. So we have, and this is the only one that we can make questions with this. Okay, so have to is the most commonly used, but we have to be a little bit careful with the subjects because we can use, for example, he, she, it, but we are not going to use with have to. If we have the third person, we are going to use a has to, right? Has to. So have to and has to for third person. And if I want to talk about in negative, in past, I will use have to. Present, we use have to or has to. Past, had to. For example, something in past. I had to travel yesterday. Tenía que viajar ayer. So we can use it in past. Okay. Now, the negative. Subject, don't or doesn't or didn't. Okay, so present, don't, doesn't, didn't, past. Okay, have to, and the verb in base form plus the complement. Okay, so just that. Now, in questions, we have the same. But we have to identify if it's present or if it is past. So we have to use in present do and does at the beginning of the question and did at the beginning, but if we're talking about past, okay, always with the subject that it corresponds and have to, plus the verb in base form and the complement. Okay, so this is the structures that we have to use. Okay, so something, could you tell me, Chris, some things, there could be like 3 affirmatives and 3 negatives that you, as a necessity, you have to do during this week?
I have to send an email tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to work at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and I have to check homework of my students this week. And I don't have to do exercise today because gym is closed. I don't have to cook the dinner because my mother cooked the dinner tonight. I don't have to travel to Cuenca this week because this week I work online.
Yeah, okay, perfect, excellent, excellent. So about this grammar, about these 3 modals, Chris, maybe do you have some question about this?
No, Lore.
Okay, excellent. So I will send you also this PDF and I will assign you, okay? We're going to do the exercises. That's perfect. What happened if we have, for example, an obligations, do you remember when something is really, really impossible to do? Do you remember which auxiliary do I use?
Mm, please repeat.
When you have something impossible, it's really impossible. Do you know what auxiliary do I use?
Mm, impossible. Must.
Yeah, impossible, really impossible.
Mm, no, I don't remember.
Yes, we use, for example, couldn't or can't. When this grammar we saw in models of possibility.
Oh,
Did you find it?
um, possible.
Yeah,
Mm,
possibilities.
mhm. Eh, the possibilities maybe may, might, it could.
Yes, could, right? So something impossible, couldn't, or can't, or just may not or might not, right? Yes. I don't think so that we can find in the exercise, but just in case. Just in case. Okay, could we refresh? Let's refresh. Yes, these two ones. Okay, just the last one. And it was because it says, of course, players, the first one and the last one, the players, you put don't have to accept money to sit out a game. Okay, let's remember, Chris, when we said that have to, this is not really strong, right? So have to, it's like a 50%. So it's not really strong. But when we said about something impossible, something that can't be possible, we use couldn't or can't, right? Of course, players no pueden aceptar dinero to sit out a game, para renunciar a un juego. It's against the law. Está en contra de las leyes, ¿no? Entonces es realmente fuerte. Now, the other, in number 1, athletes no deben practicar mucho para ser exitosos. No deben. Ok, ahí error de contexto, ¿no? Debería ser el tienen que, ¿no? Tienen que practicar mucho. Ok, yes, let's correct it. Yes, let's go next. Right. Mm, Okay, perfect. Excellent, Chris. So now we have an extra practice, but I will send you by the chat, okay? I will send you the link because we have another one. It is similar to these ones, but it's like a little bit more complete. So let's go to that link. Okay, so we have to choose, and the first one, we have to choose the most appropriate option. Okay, it could be one of them. In that case, you could use, right? For example, have to, must, don't have to, mustn't, and with the verbs that you have in brackets. Ok, Chris. Pongamos comprobar mis respuestas. Yes, okay. Everything's okay. There. In number 1, that part, the correct one, it couldn't be, will be able to, because this is future. But if we read all the sentence, in the complement, we are using last night. So this is a complement in past, right? So the correct one has to be, which one? Had to, right? Yes, that was the correct. So now let's go to the other. Here, what is the mistake here in this question 3?
Students don't have to eat lunch at the school.
Yes, right? So the order, first don't and after have, but it was great. Here in this second part, yes, we had like some mistakes. The girl was very unhappy. I have to, it could be great, but we have to realize the tense that we were using. So we can realize that in the first sentence, we are using was. So the sentence was in simple past, right? So the girl was very unhappy. And the correct way, it has to be,
I had to do.
yes, I had to do. In number 3, it is the same because in the complement, we are using a simple past. I had lots of homework. Okay, so it was the same, had to go. Number 4, we always train before our volleyball matches. So we mustn't are or
Must be late.
yes, mustn't be, right? Mustn't be. Because always remember that when we use some auxiliary, we have to use the verb in base form. Okay, so just that. And in number 6, we don't have to tell, don't have tell, it says, right? So it's missing to, right? Don't have to tell our teacher how we were feeling. She always knew immediately. Yes. In this case, it has to be in simple past also, right? We didn't have to tell because how we were feeling in simple past. Okay, but it was great. It was really, really great. So just this part because of the complements in past and present, right? But after all of these exercises, Chris, did you have some question about something of this?
No, Lore.
Okay, excellent, Chris. So now I will assign you the homework of this unit and the quizzes. So give me a second. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. First, the homeworks. And now the quizzes. Okay. So can you refresh the assignments? Chris, could you see the tasks and the quizzes?
Yes, Lore.
Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna stay here, okay? Give me 1 second, I will send this. Okay. Okay. So, okay, Chris. So, yes, tomorrow we're going to start Unit 4. Okay, I will send you the PDF right now. You are going to tell me if you have. Please. Necessity. Necessity. Mm, okay. So I already sent you. Did you receive, Chris?
Yes, Lore.
Okay. Perfect, Chris. So see you tomorrow, Chris.
Lore,
Yes, tell me, Chris.
tengo un problema.
Okay, tell me.
Lo que pasa es que yo estaba estudiando el programa porque yo quería aplicar a una beca a un país para obtener el doctorado.
Okay.
Entonces, esta semana, bueno, la semana pasada me llegó un correo y me dieron una beca, pero para España. Entonces, yo tendría que estar en octubre en España, si es que acepto la beca.
Ya.
Y el programa lo terminaría en octubre. Entonces, em, tenía de hecho que pagar el día de hoy la tercera cuota del programa,
Ujú.
pero no sé, creo que por todo esto que te comento, va a
Mm,
ser difícil por el tiempo y por el dinero pagar, terminar de pagar el curso. Entonces, yo te quería preguntar qué pasa si es que dejo de pagar el curso por un tiempo y luego lo retomo, tendría que empezar todo de cero o qué pasaría.
Eso, Chris, no sabría decirte. Creo que tendrías que hablarlo con los del programa.
Ujú.
Entonces, porque se supone que tú lo ibas a acabar ya básicamente en agosto, ¿no?
En octubre, me parece.
Octubre.
En octubre.
Mm,
Ajá.
No, creo que no.
¿En agosto?
Creo que sí, y ya lo ibas a acabar en agosto. A ver, dame un segundo. El calendario, ¿a ti te mandaron un calendario?
Sí.
A ver, en tu calendario, ¿qué te dice a ti? A mí me llegó. Ajá. Ya, no por el hecho de pasar.
En el mío está hasta septiembre, de hecho. Ah, sí, hasta el 5 de septiembre.
Cierto, en el mío también está hasta el 5 de septiembre. Ahora, eso creo que podrías hablarlo, Chris, con los del programa,
Ujú.
decirles eso, ¿no? Que en septiembre tal vez podrías retomarlo así de corrido para que te pueda alcanzar hasta octubre, pero tendrías
O
un
sea, en
mes
septiembre terminaría todo, Lore.
y en septiembre acabarías todo. Esto
Mm,
por el hecho que pasas 3 veces, ¿no? A la semana. Si hubiera sido los 5 días, sí, ahí sí hubiera sido hasta agosto. Y eso, digamos, como que, sí, la primera semana de agosto.
Pero en la tabla de pagos yo tengo hasta octubre. Eso es
Ah,
lo que no entiendo.
mm,
O aparte, o sea, en octubre son las clases para, no sé, no entiendo esa parte. Porque en la tabla de costos tengo hasta octubre.
sí, creo que aquí es la clase de la preparación
Ujú.
y creo que después del septiembre 5 empiezan como 2 semanas, creo, que eso ya es así para el preexamen del TOEFL. Entonces, tal vez por eso te están tomando 2 semanas más en tu cuenta en el calendario de pago, ¿no?
Mm, sí, sí, creo que
Sí,
sí,
debe
porque
ser.
tenía hasta octubre.
Entonces, debe ser por eso, Chris.
Ujú.
Sí, pero ahora eso del tiempo, para ver qué solución te podrían dar, le podrías escribir a la persona escrito, creo que es Ruth, ¿no?
Sí, Ruth.
Ahí, y decirle, ¿no? Esto por el tema económico y van a entender, pienso yo, por lo que está pasando allá y decirle que más adelante quisieras retomarlo y si retomarías desde donde lo estás dejando o lo retomarías con un nuevo examen o cómo sería, digamos.
Y si terminara esto, Lore, en agosto, podría terminar este curso y luego continuar lo que es el curso de preparación para el TOEFL.
Lo que te van a decir seguramente es de que vas a tener que acabarlo, o sea, lo dejarías el módulo, luego tendrías que retomar los módulos y la preparación.
Mm,
Creo que
nuevamente
directo,
todo.
sí,
Ya,
sí, eso es lo que pienso que te van a decir.
bueno, Lore.
A ver, pero si no, te lo preguntaré, si no yo, te lo preguntaré, si no lo podrías terminar, digamos, mañana pasado, acabamos el módulo C. Antes de iniciar el siguiente libro ya podrías congelarlo. Entonces
Ujú.
pasarlo hasta este miércoles, pero a ver, mañana te daré más detalle. Yo te lo voy a preguntar y a ver qué me dice.
Ya. Gracias, Lore.
Listo, Cris, no te preocupes.
Gracias. Chao.
Entonces, chao, chao.